plagiarism also is kind of dishonesty, mostly happen in the academic field, and the particular students or researchers do the dishonesty, that is plagiarism. Okay, so plagiarism means when a person copies something from other and submit as their own. Okay, that type of activity we can consider as plagiarism. Like whenever the faculty gives some assignment, whenever the faculty gives some project or any report, that time students may copy something from others and submit as own. That type of practices we can call as plagiarism. It's type of dishonesty because the faculty give assignment, the faculty give report to you to develop your skill, to develop your talent. But that time, if you copy something from another or you draw something from other and submitting as your own, this type of dishonesty. It mostly happen in the academic field, mostly in the research or school, college. In this academic field only, this type of dishonesty happening. So we have this topic in our syllabus. Okay. So plagiarism, etymology is derived from the plagiarius. Plagiarius is the Latin word which means kidnapper. Okay, when somebody kidnaps something from other, that is plagiarius. Okay, so from that only plagiarism, the word also derived. Okay, so plagiarism is a considered a violation of academic integrity and it's a unethical things in the journalistic or research point of view. Okay, it mostly happen in the academic field. And plagiarism means presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own with or without their consent. Okay, maybe they have to mention the citation. They have to give proper acknowledgement. Without proper acknowledgement, when you use others' work as your own, this activity we can consider as the plagiarism. Okay, so plagiarism is the representation of another author's language, another author's thought, another author's idea or expression as one's own original work. Like this way, when the individual submit or do something, that is the meaning of plagiarism. Okay, so cheating and dishonesty, that you are trying to claim the credit for someone else, but it's not your work. Okay, someone wants your work you are using for your own benefit, for your own like advantage. Okay, so that type of practices or the activity we can consider as the plagiarism. So it's a type of dishonesty because you're using someone else's work, you're going to get score, you're going to get marks in your subject. Okay, so that's the type of dishonesty things. So we have this topic in our syllabus under the dishonesty. Okay, so plagiarism. So mostly easy definition is plagiarism means if you attempt to use another person's work as if it is where your own. Okay, and without adequate acknowledgement of original source, like you not mention the person name who said that or who coined this or who defined this or who expressed this view. Like this we have to identify, you have to mention the acknowledgement of the person, or you have to mention the name of the person that so and so person said, and it available in so and so website, available in so and so book, I refer from so and so. Like this you have to mention the source information or the acknowledgement things properly when you refer others. But if you forget to mention or you knowingly avoid the things, means it considered as the plagiarism. Okay, so this type of things are submitting the work for your grade, for your marks, for your goodwill, for your benefit, you do something. This type of things we consider as the plagiarism. Okay, so plagiarism, we have different types of plagiarism is there. First one, direct plagiarism. Direct plagiarism means just to copy the information from other work. Okay, like word by word without using the proper quotation also, just to copy the full work of others and submitting to the faculty. Directly copy from the research, directly copy from the textbook, the para, the title, the word, the meaning, the summary, like this. Directly copy something from the other's work. Maybe like whenever faculty gives some assignment, so you write about so and so, means that time simply go Google and whatever available, just to copy the particular information and submit to the faculty. Okay, like this directly copy something from another and submit to somebody, means this is the direct plagiarism. This is also one type of plagiarism. Next one, self plagiarism. Self plagiarism means it also a name of auto plagiarism. So self plagiarism means using your own work to number of faculty. Okay, like reuses significant portions of his own or of his previous activity without concern of the other faculty. Like for example, if you complete something in the, if you do some assignments in the ethics and values course, the same assignment you submit to the EVS also. The same assignment you submit to other next semester or other faculty also. Like this, your own work only, but you submitted your work for one semester for one subject only. But sometimes you keep the same work and submitting to other faculty like this. Okay, so your own work only, but you not get permission from other faculty, but without permission you submit to different subject at different faculty. Okay, like this, that is your own work only, but you have to inform the person, you have to get the permission from the faculty when you use your own work also, because already you submitted to somebody, it is the owner of the rights of that person only. Okay, like this. So that also considered as the plagiarism, that is self plagiarism. Okay, next one, mosaic plagiarism. Mosaic plagiarism means students using the content of other person, but maybe the meaning, structure, everything same, but one little bit they will work, little bit they will change from another work. That is mosaic plagiarism. It also name of patchwork, because some words, some sentence, some things only, some line only they will change, remaining things are same. That type of plagiarism. Okay, mostly they will do the like find some synonyms of the word and change the particular word only. Like they copy in the MS Word and they will go right click and it shows synonyms and change the particular word only, and maybe the structure, meaning, the content, everything same, but little bit they will change the word and submit to the faculty. Okay, this is also type of the plagiarism. It's called mosaic plagiarism. And accidental plagiarism. Accidental means like knowingly, unknowingly, or intentionally or unintentionally, when you copy something from another without mention the proper acknowledgement, it considers the plagiarism only. Like because of the time, because of the emergency, because of the rush, people sometimes copy something and submit. Okay, like this, if you do something knowingly or unknowingly, you may do something because of the accident or the time management, so that also considers the plagiarism only. There is no excuse for this type of urgent or the accidental plagiarism. All plagiarism considers the dishonesty things. So like this, we have different types of plagiarism is there, the student or researchers are doing in our society. Not only that, we have other types of plagiarism also, that is complete plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, and source based plagiarism. Like this, we have other different types also. Complete plagiarism means like entire work, just to download the PDF, the research paper, and submit to the faculty, other faculty. Like these are just to complete, just to borrow the research work from other college, from other seniors, and submit to the different faculty. Like this, completely same project, same research paper, you download or borrow and give to somebody. That is not like one para, single para, or the page, entire work just to get and submit to somebody. That is complete plagiarism. Okay, 100% complete work of authors. That also complete plagiarism. Paraphrasing plagiarism, that is minor changes in the sentence, minor changes in the para, but the ideas are same. It is paraphrasing plagiarism. And source-based plagiarism, not mention the source properly, mention some different source for the namesake. They give some fake things also, whatever available in the Google, they just copy and mention there. Like this, the source they are mentioned properly. This like this, we have different types of plagiarism there in the academic field. Okay, so you have to aware about this. Whenever the faculty gives some assignment, whenever faculty gives some report or a project to you, you have to do by yourself. You should not copy anything from another. If you copy something other's idea, you have to give proper acknowledgement of the person. Okay, so and so person only said so and so, so and so person only found so and so. Like this, you have to give the proper acknowledgement, proper citation of the reference or the copied work. Okay, so without mention the acknowledgement, without mention the citation, if you submit as your own, it considers the plagiarism. It considers the dishonesty in the academic field. Okay, so that's only we have this type of plagiarism is there from our society. Okay, so way of plagiarism, what are the way the students or the researchers are doing the plagiarism? Different way, like submitting someone's work as own, and taking passages or the project from his own or her own previous work without adding citation, without get permission from the other faculty. Like this also considered as the plagiarism. rewriting someone's work without properly citing the source, without properly mentioning the acknowledgement. It's also kind of plagiarism. Using quotations but not mention the citation. Like they can mention the word in the inverted comma, but then mention the name, who said that. Inverted comma alone, not a right one. We have to mention who said that, or when, like with the year, with the textbook, with the publication, you have to mention the things. The only right way of writing the research or assignment. Okay, so using quotation but not mention the citation, it also way of plagiarism. And interviewing various sources together in the paragraph, but end only they will mention the citation, other they not mention the citation at all, like this also. And citing someone but not all, like they write the big passages, inside the passage they can mention different work, but they not mention anything. Only end of the paragraph only mention one author name, but inside that they have different author name, but they not mention every line everywhere. Only end only they mention. This type of things also kind of plagiarism. And inaccurately citing the source and relying too heavily on the people's work and failing to bring original thought into the text. Like this, we have different types of plagiarism thing is there from our academic field. Okay, so we should aware, we should change this type of plagiarism. And plagiarism means not only the text-based plagiarism, we have other things also, like image plagiarism is there, video plagiarism is there, and audio plagiarism is there. Like this, we have different types of plagiarism is there. Text means, you know, just to copy something from the Google, something from the senior, something from another and submit. That is text-based plagiarism. Mostly in the academic, the assignment or the research or the project time, people will do. That is text-based plagiarism. Image-based plagiarism means somebody took the image, somebody clicked the image, it is the owner of the image, that is, he is the right owner of the image, or he is the copywriter of the image, but someone just download from the internet and using as own, or share as own. Like these things some people may do. Okay, like we have some other Facebook page also there, some photography page also there, so they will download the photography from that Facebook, and they hide the logo, hide their name, and use as own. Okay, like this, when you get image or when you copy or download some one image, you have to mention the copywriter or the owner of the image also. But you hide the image and using as your own, it also considered as the plagiarism. That is image plagiarism. And video plagiarism, like download something from the YouTube and submitting as own, or download something from others YouTube page and upload in your Facebook page. That type of things. Okay, that video, maybe download some movie also and upload in your YouTube page. Like this, you should not use others. What you have, what you made, that you have rights to use, but you should not use others' work, like if you image or video or audio, anything. If you use anything from another as your own, it considers the plagiarism only. If you want to use, means you have to mention the proper acknowledgement. This video or this text or this image copied or downloaded from so-and-so website. The owner of this video is so-and-so person, so-and-so channel. Like this, you have to mention the proper acknowledgement, proper citation. That is the right way. If you not mention anything properly, it considers the plagiarism only. Like this, we have different types of plagiarism is there from our academic, from our society. So kindly aware about all the type of plagiarism. So whenever you do some research, whenever you do some video, you do some audio or some other image, means you should not copy anything from others. If you supposed to copy, you have to mention the proper acknowledgement, you have to mention the proper citation of the page or the website. It is the right way to do the academic things. Otherwise, consider as the dishonest only. Okay, like this, we have different types of kinds of plagiarism is there. Okay, next one, causes. So why the individual doing the plagiarism things? Why the individual just copy or download from another and using as own? Okay, the reason, the causes are, first one, lack of skill. Like the individual have lack of skill. He don't have the talent to do the assignment. You don't have the skill to do the project. So that time only he just copy something from other and borrow something from other and submitting as one. Okay, so lack of skill, lack of talent, reason of plagiarism, and lack of interest on the course. Like the individual doesn't want to do the project. He's not interested in the subject also. But by force, by compulsory doing course means he's not interested to do any project, any assignments. Okay, just for the namesake he do the course. That time also lack of interest of the course, lack of interest of the subject also. the individual not interested to do any assignments or project sincerely or properly, that time only just copy something from the classmate, something from the senior, and some from the internet and submit to somebody. Okay, that also reason of plagiarism. Laziness, like I already mentioned this reason in the malpractice in examinations. So laziness, like not hard worker, or only one day before or half day before preparing for exam or half day before doing the project work, means that time automatically students do some copy work and submit. Okay, so laziness also reason of plagiarism. And decide to get good marks or good grade. Like I want to mention all the things. I want to mention the different things like this. For example, in our open book test time, because of the good marks, because of good grade, just to copy something from the internet. But exam is to write by yourself only. But want to get good marks, so just to copy something from another. The psychology, the mindset force you to do something because of get good marks. Okay, it also reason of plagiarism. And fear of failing, some type of panic also make the individual to do some plagiarism activity. And poor time management, like they not manage the time properly. Like if you have a proper time, enough time, you can do the project properly. But if you not manage your time properly, that is the reason individual may do the plagiarism activity. A disinterest in the assignment, or belief that they're not going to caught, they're not going to identify. Like this reason they may do. But when the faculty evaluate the project, faculty can understand whether this copied work or download work or what kind of work the faculty can identify. But the students believe that it's not going to identify, faculty are not going to notice, or I can get marks. Like this way they submit. Like in our midterm test also, when I evaluate your paper, I got some answers, same answers, like number of students mentioned the same answers. From that I can guess this work are copied work, like this. So we can identify the work, but students believe that it not release, it not get caught, like this they may believe. There are also reasons students are doing the plagiarism. And sometimes confused about the rules and regulations. Like some college, some universities not publish the plagiarism rules and regulations properly. Like in our VIT, all the plagiarism checkup software is there, Turnitin software is there, number of faculty using certain Turnitin software. But in PhD research, we have very strict in the Turnitin checker. So we will check the report through the Turnitin software. It only show that how many percentage are copied work or the plagiarism work, like this it show. So some college they not use the tools properly. Some college they not explain the plagiarism things, rules and regulations properly. There also students may do the plagiarism things. Sometimes students also not understand the things because the students not get training from the school, training from the college also. Like we have this topic because of we have ethics and values. So you people are learn about this plagiarism, type of plagiarism, impact of plagiarism, something. But some other college students or other school students may not aware about this, whether it is the illegal, whether it is the unethical, so and so things. So students also not understand how to write, what is the way to write the kind of idea or quotations, something, how to cite, how to mention the acknowledgement. The basic things students may not aware. Okay, that is also reason the students are doing the plagiarism. And also lack of interest, and also negative peer pressure, parental pressure. Like this number of reason is there why students are doing the plagiarism. Like this we have number of causes and number of reasons about the plagiarism in our society. Okay, next one, impact. So how it going to affect the student? Because students mostly do the plagiarism things in school or college time, so they're only going to face the problem because they're going to get less marks, and sometimes the reputation also get affect, relationship also get affect due to the plagiarism. Okay, the first impact of the student due to the plagiarism is it kill your thinking ability. It stop your development of skills also, because slowly you addicted, you enjoy the copy work and get good marks, means again students may do the same things only. So your talent, your ability, your skill, you're not able to develop due to the plagiarism work. So it degrade your academic growth. Like you're not able to learn anything new, you're not able to develop yourself in the academic field due to the plagiarism. So that effect students may face due to the plagiarism activity. and it adds the dishonesty in your character. Like you also addict to do something, small malpractices, dishonest activities also you may do in the academic field. Like first time you do some project with some plagiarism, the next time also do the same. Sometimes you may use in the same things in the examination also. Like this small dishonesty way you may addict, or it also make the individual do the type of plagiarism. It also effect of plagiarism, and it renews the relationship also. And it like sometimes the fellow professors or students also may avoid your relationship because of your activity. Like first time or second time, third time, the faculty identifying your dishonest things, you are always submitting the copy assignments or someone assignments, means automatically the respect, the reputation, the relationship will get affected with the professors, with some other students also. Okay, like this problem students may face due to the plagiarism, and let down the reputation of your institutions also may face problem, because the particular college name, particular school name also get affected. Like people also not join, people also tell some bad about the institution. That things also may not good for your institution, for your academic field. That type of impact also happen. And legal steps also you have to face. Sometime when somebody complained against you, means you have to face the legal action also. You have to go pay fine, you have to pay the penalties. Like this impact also happen to the student due to the plagiarism. Like this number of consequences, number of effects students may face due to the plagiarism. So don't do the plagiarism just like fun, just like marks. Okay, so you're not able to realize the consequences now, but in future the impact, the consequences may heavy. Okay, so kindly aware about that. Okay, so overall consequences of plagiarism is it destroys the reputation of students, reputation of the professional, reputation of the academic. Like students reputation also, respect also get affected, the teacher, researcher respect also get affected, and the academic, the institution reputation also get affected. Okay, due to the plagiarism. And it sometimes the students also expelled from the course, expelled from the university due to the plagiarism. As I told you, most of the college they following the plagiarism report in the PhD work, in the PhD research submission. Okay, that time they check the thesis with the turn software, some other plagiarism check software is there. So if the plagiarism showing more than some percentage, means they will force to rewrite the PhD work. Sometime after rewrite also same plagiarism things coming, means sometimes they expelled from the course, expelled from the university. So and so things also may happen to the students. Okay, so that also even sometime in our some faculty may very sincere about this, means if you submit some assignments in final semester assignment, final semester report you submit, if again showing the number of plagiarism percentage, means that time they're not going to get good marks. Okay, so that type of effect also happen to the students. And plagiarism sometimes result in the student work being destroyed, because it waste only. Fully copied work means it not going to use. Okay, so it waste of work. That type of things may happen. Sometimes it result in a legal action, fines and penalties also, because somebody complained about your work, somebody noticed your work in website, some internet, and they charge you, they you have to face the legal action also. Okay, so like complaint in the court, you have to go, you have to apply, you have to pay the fine, so and so penalties, so and so legal action also may come in your life because of plagiarism things. Okay, and it affect the authors also. Like original author who made the work, who made the concept, he going to face the problem, because someone copy the thing, someone using as own, means the original author not able to develop, the original author not able to get the name also. Okay, so it affect the author, the original author may face problem due to the plagiarism. And also it inaccurate authorship, because the same work using by different people, means that time the real author, the original author not able to identify. So different people may claim the things, may use as one, means so inaccurate authorship problem also may happen. It also a consequence of plagiarism. And pointless research, because just copied work, number of people are using the same things, nobody mentioned the proper acknowledgement, means nobody accept to publish, nobody accept for the research also. So it's like a useless or pointless research, a pointless useless assignment, so and so things may happen because of the plagiarism. Okay, so we give faculty give assignment, faculty give report to students because of to develop your skill, to develop your talent, to develop your ability only. That time the students doing some plagiarism means it is useless of assignment. It's a pointless of research or project. Okay, because just to copy someone, then what skill you can develop, what talent you can develop. It is a pointless or useless things only. Okay, that also consequences of plagiarism. And it also encouraged the sloppy research, like messy number of research may there because of the plagiarism, because everybody copies something and submitting as own means there is no quality, and like collection of image, collection of research not at all use. Okay, everybody submit as own. That type of sloppy or messy, that type of things happen due to the plagiarism. Like this, we have number of consequences, we have number of effect, impact is there due to the plagiarism. So kindly aware about these things and kindly avoid the plagiarism. Okay, so why it is wrong? Because the plagiarism, if you do it, not only cheating the academic, not only cheating the faculty, you cheating yourself, because you not learn the things, you not develop your talent, you not develop your skill. Okay, so plagiarism is the dishonest one, because you're using other work as your own. Even the unintentional, accidental plagiarism also considered as the cheating only. So kindly avoid the plagiarism. Okay, so how to avoid? What is the preventive measures? What way we can able to stop this plagiarism things from our life? First one, cite your source. Whenever or wherever you copy something, you have to mention the proper source, like proper acknowledgement. The word, the sentence said by so and so person. Like this, you have to mention the, whenever you copy something from another, whenever you get something from textbook, you have to give the proper citations. Cite your source always. That way we can develop our writing and we can avoid the plagiarism things. And include the quotation. Like if you others word, same word, if you do like direct work you copy means, then mention in the quotation and mention the author name also, like in the name of direct plagiarism. Okay, so how to mention the quotation with inverted command with the name, that type of things you should know. It also we can able to avoid the plagiarism. And good paraphrase writing things you have to develop, like not just to copy the things, not only changing the synonyms, not only changing the sentence, not only changing the line, but how to write by your own. You can read the research paper, you can read the textbook, what how to write the review, what way you can analyze, what way you can critique. That knowledge, that skill you have to develop. Good paraphrase writing skills should develop. You also way to avoid the plagiarism. And present your own idea always by your own. Like I told you midterm test time also, write by your own, don't copy. Because once you copy, once you mind force you to do copy means again the mind force you to do some dishonest things only. Whatever situation, present by your own, write by your own. Okay, this is the way you can develop, because you are in the higher education, so you should learn about this, your how to present your own idea. It only help you. Okay, so always write by your own. That way you can able to avoid the plagiarism and develop your writing skills, and use your rough draft before submitting the faculty, before submitting the assignments or project something means, use the rough draft and check in the plagiarism checker. We have some of the free plagiarism checker also there, like Grammarly is there, or some other some paid Grammarly and Turnitin is there. Some other free plagiarism checker software also there. You can check your draft, a rough draft. You can check if anything showing means you can change the things again. You can check again. You can submit. Like this way, if you practice that way, also you can able to avoid the plagiarism. And use support devices, support services, how to check what to do something, and practice more. And institution also clearly define the rules. Like this, preventive measures really help to control the plagiarism things in the academic field. Okay, like citing your source, include quotation, good paraphrase writing, present your own idea by your own, develop your writing skills using rough draft and support services, plagiarism checker. Like this, when you do these practices, really help to control the plagiarism from our society. Okay, so other things also there. The students what can do to control the plagiarism. First one, work on improving your skills in that particular work by studying others work instead of using them. Okay, like you can read others, but after reading the content, after reading the research, you have to write by your own. that skill you have to develop, like not just to copy the same things. That things you should avoid. That way we can prevent. And never forget the cite the quote or cite the acknowledgement of another, or don't take credit of someone else. If you have to do by yourself, then only the credit, you are the right person to get the credit. But using others and get credit means that is not right, that's unethical. So kindly these things also help to control the plagiarism. And learn the paraphrase effectively, citing the use of language structure and the general outlook, that kind of things also. And even copy ideas also violation of plagiarism. You can copy the idea, but you have to mention the acknowledgement of the person. That way we can able to avoid. It always safe to recheck all the activity before submitting to the faculty. Okay, so this type of things, when students are doing something in day to day or in every subject, it really helps to control the plagiarism things from the academic field. Okay, really help you to get good marks also, and you can get good reputation, you can get good respect from the faculty, respect from the other field. Okay, so this is the way we can able to avoid. Okay, and don't do plagiarism. Plagiarism always dishonest one. Whatever credit you're going to get, you are not right person to use the credit of copy work. So kindly avoid the plagiarism. Because in our India, we have one act, that is Indian Copyright Act 1957. So this act also amendment number of time, recently 2002 up to 2002 we have the amendment of the Indian Copyright Act. So under this act only the people file the case, and you have, if you do something means you have to pay the fine penalty based on this act only. Okay, so this act cover that a painting, a sculpture, a drawing, engrassing, a photograph, a work of architecture, or a draft, a dramatic work, a literary work only the research, the writing, even the data, computer programs also come under the literary work, like computer database, tables, computer programs, and any research idea, the dialogue, the content, essay, that also come under literary work, and musical work, and sound and recording, cinematographic film. Like this, these type of things, when you use others, then the person can complain use of this act, and police also will take action use of this act. So kindly aware about this. Maybe this time you may do just for the enjoyment, just for the student time, you're not aware about the so and so you may do just for fun, just for the marks. But in future, if anybody noticed your work, anybody identified your work in internet means, that time they may complain, it is issue. Okay, you have to face the consequences of so and so project, so and so report. Okay, so whenever you do something, try to write by your own, and try to do by your own research, and develop your writing skills. This is a time to learn, this is a place to grow. So always use the opportunity. You develop your skill in this student time, in this 4 years. Okay, so it only help you to avoid these plagiarism things. Okay, so kindly think for yourself and avoid plagiarism, because plagiarism always unethical or dishonest one. It's not going to help you completely. Anywhere, anytime, anybody can identify your plagiarism work through internet, or some faculty may identify, because same assignment you submit to different faculty. Somewhere some faculty may share, somewhere the things may release, somewhere someone can notice your plagiarism activity. So really effect happen on that time. Okay, so kindly. And also this is not, if you practice the things again you may do the same things only, even after you get the job. Also in company also, students may do the worker may do the same type of copy work, something from another company, and submitting to somebody. Like these things, like these attitudes only develop. You're not able to learn anything new. Always refer somebody and copy somebody. Like this talent come. It's not a smart work. Some people think that is way of smart work I can do, but it's not a smart work. It's a dishonest work. Okay, so you have to use your own skill to think something new, and to develop your company and develop your academic field. That way only we can able to avoid the plagiarism. Okay, so think yourself and avoid the plagiarism. So don't copy anything from another. If you're going to copy, mention the proper acknowledgement, mention the proper citation, and if you read some research paper, from that you get how to write the source, how to write the acknowledgement. So because in journal, number of journals, we have number of research paper, there they mention the citation number. In textbook, in school book, maybe it's not available. Maybe you are from the school only, now only you enter in the college, so you're not aware about how to mention, where to mention, so on and so. So read some research paper, read some journal. From that only you know they mention the number end of the para, or mention the author name in bracket. We have different types of text reference style is there, like MLA format is there, API format is there, like this Chicago format. We have different type of format is there for the reference. Okay, so when you use the research or reference format, from that only you know how to control, how to avoid the plagiarism things. So kindly read the research paper. From that you can understand about the citations or quotations or the reference acknowledgement, all those things. Okay, that way we can able to avoid. Thank you.